Alright, let's get this shit done with because I'm starting to feel sleepy and this is certainly not helping. To his surprise, Dina what's her face didn't scream or even flinch in pain. He purred an interest in that. Again, she's so special, y'all. She's not like other girls. Wow, girl power. Vaginas rule. She was a strong Dova, one that he began to feel a fire for. You've only known her for 6 seconds. Maybe 6 minutes, actually. Never had he met such a strong female Dova. Oh my god. Y'all, to make your female characters strong and shit, they don't need to be like, pick Mishas. Most of the females were hormonal and bitchy, like Milmir. She was catty, bitchy, rude, and not even all that strong. Again, this fic does the giant thing of making every woman that's not the main character a bitch or a slut. Like, so creative, y'all. Usually, she had two Dova guards at her sides to assure her survival if Jorah attacked. He then noticed in his head that even though Dina, what's her face, was injured, she came without guards. That caused him to become even more interested. I could believe Ulfric and Ellenwyn getting married before I could believe this shit. He chuckled audibly, then turned at her. Dina, what's your face? Once you have your Thume under control, I would like to speak with you. Or if you speak in your tongue, I would like for you to visit the palace again tomorrow. I have some questions to ask you, he semi-ordered. Dina, glass face, blushed from behind her mask and nodded as Oldwin finished healing her wing/arm. She then left, bowing to her lord before exiting the room. While walking down the hall, Dina whatever ran into that bitch, Milmir. Milmir stared daggers into the younger and stronger Dova. He's just toying with you, Dina, what's your face? Don't think he's developing any feeling for you other than to use you, she spat out venomously. Dina whatever frowned deeply at that, but remained silent and continued walking to find Odwing. Screw that horrid Dova woman. Odwing couldn't truly be like that. You mean the guy that wanted to enslave humanity and rule over mortals like forever? The dude that helped destroy settlements, helped another deity turn everyone into kids so he could eat their souls? Like, really? Really? Let me not say what I wanted to say because I don't feel like getting banned. Alden managed to get Mirth to her human form. He was carrying her down the cliff and looked at her sleeping face. At least she was sleeping now and not convulsing from the sudden memory again. He took her into the house and went to the bedroom upstairs. It was less warm up there and usually cooler than the second bedroom downstairs. He laid her on the bed and kneeled next to it. Dina, whatever, Mirth, whichever one you want to be called is fine with me. As long as you feel something for me and remember some of our life together in the past, he whispered. He could tell she was feverish. Those memories were causing a temperature change in her body that would become a problem. Mirth groaned and bit her lip as she continued to remember her past life. She was remembering her second meeting with Alduin that appeared to be at a hot spring of swords. You know what? Scratch the Ulfric and Elwyn. I would believe fucking Ulfric and Tully as their lovers before I could believe that this guy would actually love somebody like that so fast. Yeah. Anyway. Me duele la espalda. I'm too old for this. Dina, whatever, was sitting in the warm spring water of a private room. Some Dova preferred to be warm and relaxed rather than cold and relaxed. She was in the nude and had her face under a small warm waterfall. Is this going where I think it's going? She was waiting for Olin as this was where he wanted to meet her. Soon as she heard the private room open and noticed Olin walk into the water of the hot spring, he relaxed on the stone step inside of the pool inside Mary Sue. Fuck it, that's her name now. Had a deep gash on his left side and a couple of scratches on his face. She went over to him and sat next to him. Alduin chuckled at her a bit. Like what you see, he teased. Mary Sue pouted that. No, I don't like all these cuts of you, she said, her voice not shaking the ground as she was speaking in Jor. Alden blushed a bit at that. Her voice was smooth and beautiful as well in Jor. God damn, this is irritating. Mary Sue chuckled when she noticed the red hue in her lordship's face. Heh heh. What's up with the blush, Alden? She teased. Alden frowned and turned his head from her. It's simply too hot in here. This blush is from the heat. He lied through his teeth with that statement. Mary Sue shook her head, chuckling to herself. Sure it is, Alden, sure it is, she said softly and sunk deeper into the warm pool. What did he want me to talk about, she asked, crossing her arms into the sea. Alden chuckled as well. Well, Mary Sue, I wanted you to know more about you as a Dova. You don't come to my meetings. This is not required of you. The only thing I do know about you is your name and that you are Odoving's little sister. He told her. Mary Sue sighed a bit and shook her head. There is so much to tell you, lordship. You could have just said my lord. I'm simply a huntress Dova who enjoys both warmth and chill. Again, so special, y'all, she said softly and looked down. Alden chuckled at that and looked at her. There must be more to tell. Mary Sue sighed and that nodded. Her lordship was right. She did very much enjoy one thing, but it was very embarrassing for her to admit. Well, what is it? Alden pried. Mary Sue frowned, turning her head away from him. I enjoy singing, she told him. Alden laughed a bit at that. No, seriously, what is it? He then trailed off as he noticed the strong female saddened expression. I think getting COVID again would be less painful than reading this shit, and that sucked. I thought I was about to go meet my grandpa in heaven. Actually, I don't know if he'd be in heaven. He did a lot of things that weren't that great. And honestly, I'm probably not seeing the pearly gates either. Oh well. He rubbed the back of his neck nervously and bit his lip. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have been so rude. Wow, Alden apologizing? It really is the end of the world. This called Mary Sue to perk up. The proud Dova Lord apologizing, a rare thing indeed. Perhaps there was more to this Dova Lord than what her ears had heard and her eyes had seen. Yeah, I think I'd rather get COVID again than read this shit again. Anyway, last chapter, y'all. Last chapter. As March laid in bed with her fevered dream filled in her past memories, and evil was brewing at Skyhaven Temple. Oh no. Delphine read through the many old books she stole from Winterhole's college on a couple of varying subjects. I don't see how you could sneak into the College of Winterhold, considering, like, the fact Geraldo won't let you through if you can't do a basic spell, and I don't think Delphine is particularly magic proficient, or any kind of proficient truly besides making everyone in the fandom hate her. Alright. One was about Dragonborn and their history. That's a book she could have easily gotten, like, because, you know, there's, like, multiple books of the Dragonborn laying around, like, in dungeons and random places. Another was about hidden secrets the Blades had kept in Skyhaven Temple. Now, I could potentially see a book like that being in the temple itself, like, when you find it. But I don't know how long books would survive in, like, a moist, dark environment. Because paper molds and gets nasty. Finally, a book on resurrection. I do not think that would be available to the general public. Esbern sat across from her, frowning a bit. Delphine, this isn't the way to go through things. We don't even know if it'll work, let alone what this person's motive are, he said sternly, crossing his arms at her. Delphine huffed and continued to read until her eyes lit up a bit. All right, Esbern, you're the lore fellow. Tell me what it is, you know, about a certain place called Solstheim and how it's tied to a deceased dragonborn, she ordered. First of all, no one fucking remembers who Mirak is. And the only people that know about him are the people in Solstheim because, you know, he's like haunting their dreams and turning their friends into mindless zombies. Shit, like, you know. This is, oh my god, I don't like this. She ordered Esper inside as he walked over to Alduin. Swallow was often theorized that Akatosh didn't think through his creation of Alduin, where he thought it through it so much we cannot comprehend it. Alduin was and is the world leader. The Dragonborn you are asking about was the Dragon Priest at first. He went against his masters and devoured the souls of the dragons. If he were to have followed the path of destiny, he surely would have slain Alduin. Here is where things get complex. This already doesn't make sense. Like, one way I could potentially see this, like, making sense is if, like, they had heard, the rumors of the cultists going around looking for the Dragonborn and, sharing the message on the mainland that Marak was the Dragonborn, the real Dragonborn, and he was going to come back and kick the fake Dragonborn's ass. Like, alright, we're going to stop it right here because I'm about to get real pissed at this next part and I do not want to take up more time.